Feels. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. On Hashtag Friday Feels, we always talk about creating a life you love. Our next guest has done exactly that. Austin Godsey is in the house. You went from homeless to creating a multi-million-dollar business for yourself and the life you love. Congratulations, first of all. What an incredible story. Would you take us back to the beginning?
Growing up, I know it wasn't easy being a single mom. I always told you one day I'm gonna retire you. I remember reading in the dark with candles, cold winter nights with no heat. We could literally see our breath, and we burned marshmallows over the stove and pretended we were camping. We'd sleep with like 5 blankets and beanies and gloves on. I miss those times.
I close my eyes, I'm gonna cry.
Ooh, just close them. Don't open your eyes.
The first time I felt like the grind was starting to pay off was when I came back home to visit you on tour and gave you a few thousand for the mortgage and the bills. It felt like a few $100,000 to me. You told me that you were proud of me, and that hit different. I found out you had stage 4 cancer literally as soon as I hit Chairman 100 again. You played it off and told me it was going to be okay and you recover and travel with Aiden and I. You told me to go out and hit Chairman 500 and help my people do the same. You said, what good is my success if I'm the only one at the top? You made me promise you. So I toured 30 countries in 100 days that summer thinking somehow I could beat the cancer by grinding harder.
Say, global visionaries.
Global visionaries.
But I was lost. It's like the more successful I became, the emptier I felt, because your health got worse.
We always talked about you moving to Miami, touring the world together. It was the start of our new life together, breaking the chains of poverty we grew up in. You told me physically you wouldn't be able to come to our next company convention, and I didn't listen. I bought your ticket anyways, thinking everything would be okay. It was going to be your first time ever seeing me speak in person, and I bottled everything up. Didn't want people to know what I was going through or what was happening, to feel bad for me and know that I was hurting. And you were paralyzed from the waist down, so you couldn't come. Doctors called me the morning, an hour before I spoke, and told me that you fell into a coma. Not knowing that was the last time I'd ever speak to you again. You were supposed to be front row, Mom. I left convention early and flew back to see you. Spoke at another event I had committed to. I kept on the tour I was on. I was a coward. I couldn't sit and watch you die, so I kept running. And I got the call that you passed away while I was in Colombia. I flew home after the event for the funeral, and after it ended I went straight to the airport, flew for 13 hours to Argentina to do another event of a few thousand people. I thought it was almost better to burn out than fade away. And then 2 of my best friends died within the following months. Partying and drugs didn't kill the pain anymore. I shut everything and everyone out. I lost connection to reality and what was important. I know God gained an angel. I can't question his timing. So I'm gonna make you proud, Mom. Being homeless with a pregnant girlfriend for months wasn't the easiest. But I'm glad that God put me in that position because he puts the strongest warriors to hell to get to heaven. I broke down when you were born and I held you in my arms, Aiden. Because I was so happy yet so terrified to bring you into this crazy world and not be the best father I could be. I remember the judge told me one time I wasn't fit to have custody of you because traveling the world country after country, plane after plane, wasn't a healthy lifestyle that you needed, that you should be in school all day and at one place, stationary. I wasn't successful in the physical yet, in that moment, but I knew one day it would pay off and you'd understand when you got older. And now you're a chairman. It's crazy. You always believed in me. I promise to be the best role model that I can be. I love you, Mimu. I fell in love with this industry at first sight. I read a quote that said, be willing to sacrifice what you love for a period of time, or else what you love will eventually become a sacrifice. I miss so many birthdays and holidays I can't even count. Because when you go chairman, you can live every day like a freaking birthday or holiday. My first year in the industry, I missed my rank by 1 person, and Mommy and I got evicted and had nowhere to go.
Things have to get harder before you make them better, dude. I look back on this shit and understand that this is what got me to the point where I'm gonna be.
My senior year of high school, my teacher showed me this chart that showed the yearly incomes for each level of education. And she showed me that if I didn't finish that year, I'd statistically never make more than $15K a year. I was the first person in my family not to finish high school, but also the first millionaire. I was homeless when I heard about network marketing, and I was watching videos of this kid named Alex Morton while living in the back of my car during winter with my 8-month pregnant girlfriend. My friends laughed at me when I talked about making $100K a year. I called them back years later when I was earning that per month. But money's not everything, and it won't just buy you happiness. Don't just go spend money you don't have to impress people you don't even like, and don't go broke trying to look rich. You're not just gonna get fulfillment from the money you make and the stuff you buy, but more so by the impact that you leave on the world for the future generations ahead of you. And at the end of the day, at our funeral, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It matters how many people show up because you made a positive impact in their lives. I learned you drown not by falling in the river, but by submerging yourself in it. It wasn't the darkness that I feared, it was what I imagined into it. I lost focus on my vision and pieces of myself watching my mom go. I'd be at events or on calls, at meetings and trainings every single day. Work. And people would ask for photos and be talking to me, and I feel so bad because yes, I was there physically, but mentally and spiritually I was in a whole other dimension. I blamed the world and everything that was happening. I didn't put myself in better environments. I hid. I had nobody who could relate to my situation. And my negative behavior led to IM suspending me for 6 months with no pay and not being allowed to talk to anybody inside the company or else permanent termination. I'm glad all this happened because the path I was heading on wasn't going well. Fear stands for two things: false evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise. You decide. I'm sorry for not being a better leader and a friend to you. I'm sorry for not following through on my word, for not communicating, for not treating you like you deserve to be treated. You deserve a better me. When we joined IM, there was maybe a few hundred customers. There was 0 chairman. There's no products, no corporate team, no training, no marketing, no nothing. We didn't take breaks, we just broke records. You learn more from climbing the mountain than being on top of it. And you don't climb this second mountain the same way you climbed the first. I know I've made mistakes and I've messed up, but it's a part of life, and I can't go back in time. All I can do is learn and grow from the past. And now that I know better, I can only do better. See, when you're down, you really see who is there to actually ride for who you are, not what you have. And I learned that most people want to see you do good in this world, just not better than them. You know, they say that more people will show up to your funeral than your birthday because people would rather see you on your back than on your feet. So never depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your shadow leaves you when you're in the dark. People will try to tell you what's possible based upon their belief level in themselves. They'll tell you that you can or can't do something because they don't think it's feasible or possible for themselves to do it. And your confidence, your conviction, and where you're going in life will leave them unsettled and uncomfortable by their lack of results and their insecurity. My mentor told me once, Austin, you can tell more about a person by how they talk about other people than themselves. You know, when I see others doing well, I get motivated, and some people get irritated. There's a difference. So be careful of who doesn't clap when you level up. Everybody wants to call you homie and bro when things are good, but you really see who is there when the chips are down. Put yourself in environments and circles where people celebrate you, not just tolerate you. And if you can't change the people around you, guess what? Change the people around you. Because when the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change, that's when you'll change. They say the 2 most important days of your life are the day that you're born and the day you figure out why. And I've taken these past few months to get myself right and figure out exactly that why. I didn't have a family at all growing up, so this was never a business or an organization to me. It was a family, and that's why I went so hard and fell in love with the process. So thank you for believing in me and loving me unconditionally while I was at my worst. As they say, blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you a family. And it's crazy how the devil has to ask God first to get to you. And he'll often try to put obstacles in your way because of how much success lies ahead. He'll try to attack you because otherwise, if you didn't have a bright future and success coming, he would just let you mess it up yourself. And the Bible says, your gift will make room for you. We've all been blessed with far more than any amount of money will ever give us. And the true measure of wealth is that if they took all your money away, all your assets, all your cars, your clothes, everything, what would you be worth then? God had to tear my house down to restart and build a stronger foundation for me to build upon. And I read this quote one time that says, through action, a man becomes a hero. Through death, a hero becomes a legend. Through time, a legend becomes a myth. And by learning from the myth, a man takes action. If there's a differentiating factor of what someone keeps saying and does, Just watch what they do, and that shall hold truth. So don't listen to what I say, judge me based off my actions moving forward. I miss all my family and everyone all over the world. I'm praying I can get back into the trenches with you soon and finish the mission we started. This is my whole life. Blood, sweat, tears, I would die for this right here. I'm not addicted, I'm committed. This is what I've been called to do. I'm only human. And plus, Mama didn't work this hard to only come this far. And it's the people that nobody can imagine anything of that do the things that nobody can even imagine. All I ask is that I get another chance. God bless.
Austin, wake up, bro. Come on. You good? You was out for a minute. You was twitching and talking in your sleep, bro. Let's go, bro. We got work to do. Get up.